When you're ready, activate the mechanisms on each of those platforms in sequence. This process should be less risky than what we attempted earlier, I believe. Rudder has already aligned the device to point to our destination. Theoretically, we need only reactivate the orrery to open the gateway. Be on your guard, nevertheless.
Don't look at me. You were the one working all the contraptions before. If you're worried, I'm sure Verandis knows what to do.
Well, the dark storm isn't going to stop itself. Let's see about getting this portal open, shall we?
Fire up that rotten contraption. I'll be right behind you.
Shall remain here.
What? No way!
Someone must keep the orrery in operation. And give me an ear for when we return.
I'm holding you to that. Understand?
This is it then. Everything that happened in Windhelm, Solitude, it all leads to this. To Rada al-Saran. More than ready. I've sworn my blade to thrones and causes, but my blood and bones are Nord. If Rada al-Saran thinks he can ravage my homeland and get away with it, he's about to be very wrong. Besides, who else is gonna watch your back? Trying to scare me off? I know what we're getting into. But if we do get stuck in some lost realm of oblivion, I could think of worse company. Now, let's stuff the talk and kill this bastard. Can't say I'm looking forward to another romp in Oblivion. I've seen enough of the place for 10 lifetimes. Let's make this a quick trip, all right? Every place I've visited in Oblivion has been different. Chains and machines for Molag Bal. Endless libraries for Hermaeus Mora. Each realm shaped by its prince. But Rada al-Saran shows a place beyond their reach. Guess we'll soon find out.
You're really just going to hurl yourselves through the void and hope for the best? I was really hoping Varadis had something tricky up his sleeve. I guess there's nothing left to do but smack Rada al-Saran in his self-righteous face. You just bring Varadis back. Promise me. I know that. Would it kill you to offer me a little reassurance? Promise or no promise, I'm counting on you to bring him home. Well, this is it. The portal that leads to Rada al-Saran, to the Darkstorm, and to the end of all this. Whatever that is. Now you sound like Varandas before a trip. I swear not to wreck the place while you're gone. And if the Grey Host shows up to start trouble, I'll stop them from wrecking it too. So get going already before I change my mind.
I can almost understand it. Rada al-Saran's desire, I mean. The unpleasantries of living with this curse have haunted me a long time. The thought of what awaits me in the afterlife fills me with no less dread. Anyone would seek an escape. I'd be lying if I said no. But the price of salvation is too high. Rada al-Saran will doom thousands of souls to fates worse than death so that he and his chosen can escape. I don't need an eternity with that on my conscience. You and my father will see this through. I know it. Just come back, all right? You both still owe me a proper reunion. I'll do all I can to keep the orrery in alignment, but I don't know how long it can sustain this. I don't believe it was designed to have this amount of power coursing through it. Fairly certain the dwarves built this as an observatory to chart the void. What we're doing is more akin to plunging a telescope into a fathomless depth, so we can slip through the tube without getting wet. Let's hope it doesn't spring a leak.
We are about to travel into the unknown. Take a moment, speak to our companions. Make whatever peace will calm your soul. When you're ready, we shall enter the portal together. No. Nothing else needs to be said. I have worked all my life to atone for the hubris of my first years as a vampire. Rada went to great lengths to remind me of my damnation. And I still can't control the darkness racing through my blood. I may not be able to do what must be done. Those words keep returning to haunt me. They never fail to make me feel foolish, both for having said them and for doubting them. Things may look hopeless from here, but there may be a better vantage on the other side. Only one way to find out. The portal into the Dark Heart stands open and waiting. Let's just hope it leads where I think it does. As ready as I can be. I don't have the luxury of walking away this time. Exactly? I have no idea.
I expect you back before Fenorian gets bored. Don't make me come in there after you.
There you are. Damn shades are everywhere. Where's Verandis? Come on, up that rise. Go find him.
Brother, stop! I don't want to fight you!
Look at you, Verandis. The Dark Heart is overwhelming
You hear that? Voices in the storm.
I won't do as you...
Will you really embrace death and damnation just to spite me?
Verandis is in
I
trouble.
forgive you.
We have to hurry.
Brother, didn't turn your back on our dream. Lost. I can save all of us. Salvation is in our grasp. Not even Moloch Ball can threaten us.
Don't you dare.
The Grey Host will be an unstoppable force. Nothing will be beyond our reach.
Brother, your dream was never mine. It ends here.
Verandis, we are nearly free. Verandis! Join our forsaken kin in Moloch Ball's teeth, you traitor! Watch, as I destroy everything you cherish.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this, you bastard!
This is the sword that split Letty's blade, reforged in bitter blood. You will taste it soon. Pitiable creatures. How is it you aspire to be? I'll draw the boundaries of my kingdom with your blood. Drown in the blood of your veterans. Can you feel Cold Harbor clutching at your heart?
Out, partner! Got sleep!
That's it! Keep feeding their souls to the Dark Heart. You can use this power.
March, my legion, and win your salvation.
All of the souls are collected and must be released. I won't be trapped. Bring Rodder to me.
How dare you turn the souls of those you betrayed against me? Come, my brothers and sisters, devour them!
About to summon the soul trap. Get ready! Lead Rodder to me!
Verandis, dare raise your hand to me? Enough of your pointless defiance. The work of millennia will not be stopped by the light.
Lead Rodder this way! Rodder will be vulnerable here.
Goodbye, wretch. How? How can you turn the Dark Heart against me? Enough of your pointless defiance. Come, my brothers and sisters, devour them.
Keep sending souls to the Dark Heart. We're almost there.
Goodbye, wretch. The Ashen Lord calls you to serve.
How many more souls to cage Rodder can? Continue to slay the... Attack! Let the soul trap ready in a moment. Bring Rodder to the soul trap.
The work of millennia will not be stopped by the lights.
Legends laughing our shores, dancing with her mocking blade.
Goodbye, Rodder. I wish I could have found salvation for us both. Ah! The Darkstorm rages. I must take control.
It will kill you!
If I don't stop the Darkstorm, then my death will be the least of our worries. God, this power! It's everything Rodder said it would be! You and Lyris must go. While I still possess the power of the Dark Heart, I can open a gateway to the orrery. Return home. I can only control the Darkstorm from here. I understand now what must be done to stop it. I can use the power of the Dark Heart one last time. When I am finished, the energy will be gone, and our gate to the orrery will be closed. You understand? Not any that can make everything right. I brought about this tragedy through my naivete, through my selfish desires, through my damn ideals and curiosity. It's my time of reckoning, not yours. This is farewell.
I don't want to owe you, Verondis!
Have faith. Rodder's last gift was hope.
You're back. But where's Verondis?
He's staying behind. I'm sorry.
He's staying? No. Promised. He promised me.
It was the only way to...
Look out! The Dark Heart! It's dormant. Verondis must have done it. He stopped the Darkstorm.
Arana?
I can breathe. I'm alive.
I don't understand. Arana. She was dead, wasn't she? What's going on? Verondis is gone. Arana gets to live, but he doesn't. Is that it? How is that fair? You were supposed to bring him back. Just get away from me. Leave me alone. Just go, please.
Look, the Dark Heart. It's dormant. Was that Verondis' doing or that woman's? You don't have to explain. I know you would have brought him home if that were possible. This is how it had to be. I would like to hear the story sometime. Just not today. I got to say goodbye. There was so much more I wanted to say to him. But at least there was that. I need some time, but I'll carry on.
Who is this? One of Kadok's witches?
I'm no illusion. Flesh and blood. Alive as can be. I can't say myself. I remember being here, in this room. I remember the wound. Then nothing but a cold, icy current dragging me under. I drowned for so long. Until a warm hand fished me out. I couldn't see. Everything was just warmth and light. There was a voice, though, guiding me, calling me back. It sounded like Verondis. As I live and breathe, it was Verondis who led me here. I don't understand much of what occurred, but of that, I'm certain. That, and I didn't come back alone. There were a great many others drowning in that icy current. I'm certain I wasn't the only one pulled ashore. It's just a feeling, but a strong one. I want to see if that feeling speaks true. Markarth. That's where the spirits call me now. You did what you thought was best, and the price I paid has been returned. None of us could have imagined this is where our path would lead, but I've no complaints with the outcome.
Did I hear you right? Verandis brought that woman back to life? Was that what the Count meant by making it right? He didn't just stop the Darkstorm. He used it to free the souls from the Darkheart. We've got to get to Markarth. Isn't that where Rada al-Saran harvested souls for the Darkheart? If Verandis released them all, maybe Irana's right and she didn't come back alone. You go on ahead. Fen and Gwendis could use a moment. Just bringing one person back should be impossible. Sort of divine intervention. I was hoping. He's celebrating. That magnificent bastard really did it. He brought them back. The Count enjoyed his mysteries, but yeah, I think so. We rest. With Rada al-Saran dead, the Grey Host is finally buried for good. It may seem odd coming from a Nord, but I'm glad to see all these Reach folk alive and well. They seem content, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind us bringing them a few more reasons to celebrate. News of Rada al-Saran's death won't compare to the dead returning to life, but I'm sure Kadik will be relieved to hear it. You find the Ard and let him know there's nothing to fear from the Grey Host anymore. Tell him he has Verandis to thank. Why spoil the mood? I think I'm going to take a moment. Just fine. Even the great Lyris Titanborn needs a rest sometimes. Don't tell anyone.
Look! Can you believe it? There's life to the keep again! Ha! That's your doing, isn't it? The Ard seems to think so. He'll want to see you. He's holding an audience in his war room right now.
What's this about a war room?
Ah, you're here too, Titanborn. You come with me. I have a message for your ears alone.
Fine. But if this is Kadik's idea of a joke, you won't find it funny.
We are agreed. If Eastern and Western Skyrim can put aside their differences in the face of the Grey Host, then the Reach can do so as well. Come forward, Freehand. No need to bow for the sake of kings.
You seem more comfortable standing among kings and jarls than I do. Then again, you always did. It's good to see you again. Western Skyrim has begun to recover. With Fenn's elixir, our soldiers have been able to push back the Grey Host. I know the Reach has not been so fortunate. I persuaded Prince Ernskar and the Skald King to offer our support. I expected we'd be sending soldiers, but by the time we arrived, the people were dancing in the streets. I always heard stories of the City of Stone being a dark place where flint-hearted Reachmen worship strange gods. It's not so different from home. The people seem happier than I've ever seen, in spite of all our hardships. I wasn't the only one living under my father's shadow, apparently. I can't come and go as I please, but the Blue Palace is lively as any tavern with Mog around. Made him my royal taster. I don't think the thought of being poisoned even crossed his mind, but he seems happy so long as the food and drink keeps coming. Unofficially, he's also the jester, but don't tell him I said so.
Thank the gods we have better matters to attend to than the deployment of troops and suspicions of treachery. For a man called Despot, the Ard is in an agreeable mood. But that's not your concern. It's good to see you once more. Truthfully, Svanna, when we learned that Markarth suffered an attack like the one you narrowly prevented in Solitude, she insisted that we offer aid, ostensibly to stop the Grey Host. But it seems we're a bit late for that. No doubt. They have proved very skilled at keeping to the shadows and biding their time. Hunting them down will not be easy, but I feel that's not how best to make use of the opportunity we've been given. The Grey Host's greatest weapon against us was our mutual mistrust. They preyed on our suspicions and fears, used our division to pick us apart one by one. The best way to prevent that from happening again would be to build trust and cooperation. An accord at least. It's a step in the right direction. Trust takes time to build, but we must start somewhere. I couldn't have done it without Svanna. Jarl Svanna. Well, yes, I do. She's a striking woman. A figure. Leader, yeah. She's won many hearts and minds in the short time she's been a Jarl. I think that speaks more to her esteem than my praise. Western Skyrim would do well to put her in charge. He doesn't want another war on his hands, and the Western Holds still desire their independence. Skyrim won't be united by force, but with more days like today, the province may one day be whole, no matter how many kings claim it.
We may be a divided nation, but in our hearts we are all Nords. I have faith that one day Skyrim will be whole once more. This business with the Grey Host is far from over. As long as Skyrim is threatened, I will be close by to lend a hand. The Reach is far from everyone's holdings. This Grey Host business started with me, though, and I always intended to see it through to the end. Thankfully, we prevailed this time. I do. She's an impressive young woman. Is Western Skyrim ready for Svanna? That's the more pertinent question. Solitude shuns the outside world, while Svanna reaches for it. We'll have to see how that works out in the end. I have no desire to replace a despot. Haven't these people suffered enough? In Shore's bones, why does everyone insist on seeing ulterior motives behind every kind act? Can't a king just be a nice person? Look, someone has to extend the hand of friendship before it can be grasped. Besides, helping the Reach helps all of Skyrim.
If you'd said only yesterday I'd play host to Nord rulers from across all Skyrim, I'd have told you the dead would live again before that happened. And here we are. A day of miracles! Tell me truthful, you had a hand in all this, aye? Alas! The monster that nearly brought my lands to ruin has paid the price for his wrongs. I could ask no more, and yet that which was taken has been returned as well. Where is Count Ravenwatch, if he thinks to escape my gratitude? Then, his name and deeds will echo these halls for as long as I sit upon the throne, which'll be a while yet, thanks to you both. And so long as these Nords are good to their word, we treat for peace. I've need of a counselor. In spite of her treachery, Lady Boleyn was a canny advisor. I need that again now, more than ever. I suppose so. It's a worthy holdfast, but not so much a city. I would have the land worked, the stone repaired, and the markets expanded. Well, they're a fair lot more agreeable than the she-wolf you travel with. I heard Yoren sired the boy when he was young, but looking at the pair, I have a hard time saying who's father and who's whelp. Scald King. Nonsense. Every now and then comes a king of his kind. One who makes stirring pronouncements and promises that his court must struggle to keep. His grand words lack guile, so I wager he can be trusted. The past would tell me to hate Svargrim's whelp with all my vigor. We've battled and bled for more generations than I can count with her ilk. But this fledgling speaks plain and honest. When she talks of new beginnings, I believe her. If...
My ears are burning. Is that my name on the wind? Not even this gloomy old stone keep can dampen my spirits. My dreams hold true. Markarth is alive with joy. But you didn't approach to listen to me. What is it you wanted? I'm barely foot to stone and he's clamoring for my attention. I had no mind to stand by a throne when I first started my journey. Now, here we are. The Reach has suffered so much. I want to help restore the land. Aye, I'll serve. I can speak for myself. You have more important matters to attend to. There's a friend who's journeyed a long way to thank you personally for all you've done. 'Twould be rude to keep him waiting. There's an out-of-the-way chamber in the rear of the keep where you can meet. Now, I should find the Ard and make sure he thinks before he speaks. I can, but I won't.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, my friend. Do forgive my ghastly appearance. seems I spoke too soon when I bade you a final farewell. I'm glad to have the opportunity to see you again, my friend. None of this would have been possible without you. As did I. When I took hold of the Darkstorm's power, I believed it would be the last thing I ever did. It was a force no mortal hands should wield. Still, with it, I was able to draw the souls out of the Dark Heart, return them to where they belonged. No, as the last of the Dark Heart's power ebbed away, I should have been trapped in Rodda's sanctuary realm. But I was forced out. Pushed, I'd say. I fell into the darkness of the slumbering heart. Then I emerged from it, like a moth from a cocoon. My soul became part of the Dark Heart, smelted inextricably into the fabric of its existence. So long as it remains dormant, its hold over me is tolerable. But I am bound to it nonetheless. If I am to be wed to this power, then I must ensure that it never gets used again. For that to happen, both the heart and I must fade into obscurity. House Ravenwatch will carry on without me. Arana will send them here to receive the news soon. I have no regrets. You gave me the opportunity to reckon with my past and pay penance. This journey has brought closure to the life of Count Verandis Ravenwatch. I have a fresh start. I have no idea what the future holds, but you seem to be the axis upon which this world turns. If it still has some use for me, I'm sure our paths will cross again. Until then, my friend.
Arana said they'd be this way. Come on.
Father!
You... They said you were gone.
I was, and I will be again. We have much to discuss, but I will not be returning to House Ravenwatch.
But... who will...
You three have no more need of a guardian. It's time I put the future of the Ravenwatch in your hands.
But you'll still visit, right?
Every chance I get.
They said Verandis was imprisoned in the Void, but he's here. Forgive, Adusa. You must be the one Gwendis and Fenorian spoke of. This one is honored to meet you. There was a time when this one felt more like a nursemaid than compatriot to those two. But Gwendis and Fenorian are no longer helpless kittens. Count Verandis need not worry. Adusa stands firm. House Ravenwatch will endure. House Ravenwatch has a long and noble tradition. This one will run the estate in Count Verandis' absence.
Here and gone, here and gone. It's cruel to play with a girl's heart like this. But I'm glad Verandis kept his promise. Ugh, I'm having too many feelings right now. Great, terrible, everything in between. I've waited so long for Verandis to stop hovering over my shoulder. But I never thought it would be because he's not around. I realized something, though. When you and Lyris told me he wasn't coming back, I can't shed tears for him. It's not what he needs from me. He needs someone to carry on after him. To do the work he can't anymore. Don't think it's just Verandis I expect to visit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to give Verandis an earful.
I don't know what I expected when Arana said there was someone waiting to see us, but I thought he was gone. I don't think there's anything left that could surprise me today. Forget I said that. Better not tempt fate. No, I don't mean to give the wrong impression. It's all just a bit much. Maybe I should sit down. Did he really say he wants us to take over the Ravenwatch? Right. I didn't imagine it. The truth is, we were already considering the future of the Raven Watch after you returned without Verandis. It seems that will bear further discussion. But I'm relieved that the circumstances are different. Your endorsement gives me confidence. Though we were hoping you'd consider joining our ranks, officially. Welcome to the Raven Watch. You're to endure, and remember...
I thought you might enjoy a welcome surprise for once, Snow Lily.
Oh, sigh. You always know how to... Oh, hello, partner.
It's been some time since our paths last crossed. I'm happy to see you again, and to know that Lyris was in good company during her time in Skyrim. I had long planned to visit Skyrim and learn about their long history with the dragons, to help in our battle against them. When I heard that Lyris was here, fighting a sword saint no less, I decided now was the time to make the journey. Rada al-Saran was an Ansei of great renown, a legend to rival Leki herself. The sword saints are a lost legacy to my people. It's a shame that al-Saran did not devote himself to restoring that honorable tradition instead of his monstrous Grey Host. Lyris has promised to show me some of the dragon culture ruins and barrows. With good fortune, they may help us learn more about our foes in elsewhere.
Ah, there you are. I hope you don't mind, I got a bit sidetracked. Sai and I were just catching up. Swapping stories of our travels with you, actually. Braden said there was a strange red guard looking for me. When I laid eyes on Sai, I didn't know whether to punch him or hug him. It was quite the surprise, but not a bad one. We've got a lot of catching up to do. I'd say being home has been nice, but you know I'd be lying. The Skald King owes me some rest. Think we'll take our leave of Skyrim and spend some time free of obligations. Always wanted to go back to Skingrad. People like us can't stay out of trouble very long, so let's share a few casks of mead while things are quiet. Oh, Caddock's looking for you. He and the other rulers want to make some big announcement. I'll be along in a moment. I haven't, but I'm sure you can keep them busy for a while longer. Right, partner?
In all my years, I have neither seen this old that I should think.
Never thought I'd set foot. My hold endures. Normal in Hjalmarch is no spring. It's not an uncommon thing for packs of direwolves to make off with livestock.
Good work, partner.
Don't let us keep...
Don't think it's just Veranda's.
Welcome to the Raven Watch.
Is what they are saying true? That the last of the Grey Host is truly dead? Then you have the Pyre Watch's eternal gratitude. I must return their stolen remains to the unhallowed grave, and bury them deeply enough to be forgotten by all but my order. Once it is rebuilt. No. Some of those defending the Bankerai garrison showed interest, but most of them were only seeking a less hazardous post. The Pyre Watch has no need of layabouts and cowards. We must be eternally vigilant. Perhaps I will try Kvatch next. My ancestors must be burying their heads on the far shores at that suggestion. Vampires would be better suited to this eternal vigil than we mortals. But it is our duty. Still, we have similar goals to the Raven Watch. Perhaps a partnership would do. Yes, well, it would be ungrateful of me to go without giving my thanks to Fëanorian again.
Well met, Harrier.
Understone Keep is strikingly different from the Palace of Kings. I can say that much for it.
No matter what befalls Skyrim, we are Nords, we are...
Before we begin.
Go on, my witch beckons.
The Ard's eager to announce our peace agreement.
Not a moment too soon. Kodak's eager to demonstrate that he's the equal of any Nord king. He hopes it will legitimize his claim as King of the Reach. He's not wrong, but he'd look more a fool if I weren't here to keep his temper on a leash. That I am. It's a new dawn. For me, for Markarth, for the Reach. Let's not stretch the bones of reason. There'll be no shortage of bickering and cursing in our future, but there's trust. So long.
Fair adventurers. Come and go as you please. Keep 3 kings and a jarl biding on their thumbs in a crowded hall. Suppose you've earned that right, Rover. Near everybody in this room wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Simply put, I like that. 3 hands of Markarth. You long-suffering lot, I call my kin! We've survived another long night, darker than we've ever known. But we didn't endure it alone. Against the Grey Host we found unlikely allies, and put aside old grudges. Together, we not only survived, we flourished!
We owe these miracles to the efforts of all kinds. Reachmen, Nord, Vampire, Outlander. Heroes of every stripe. Let us follow their example. We have warred together. We celebrate together. Let us rebuild together.
From this day forward, we clash mugs instead of swords. Peace and prosperity to all our kingdoms. Cheers to the heroes of Skyrim.
Let us remember them with song and drink. We, the children of Skyrim, we shall endure!
There we go, folks. That is the whole of Greymoor and Markarth. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen.
That was a heartening display.
What do you mean?
Much Reach blood stained my blade during Varen's rebellion. Not all were proud and noble warriors, but many deserved respect. It is the duty of those who fight to remember those who die.
You regret them.
It was a just war. Still,
Alright.
Good work, partner. It's always a pleasure to fight by your side. Forgive me for saying this, but I hope we don't need to do that again for quite some time.
I hope so. At least we don't have to worry about this for another 3 DLC, hopefully.
Don't worry. I'll stick around to raise a glass or two with you. Celebrate our victory.
I don't see you as a vacationing type.
As much as the next hero, but even I have my limits.
Won't you get bored?
Not even a little.
Alright. Oh, right on.
Never thought I'd set foot in Markarth.
Arcade.
Think of a time or a tale where a Reach folk and Nord extended a hand to one another unless each was holding a dagger.
Think it'll last?
Anything can.
And you? Alright.
Looking for another adventure, my friend?
I think that went well, don't you?
What do you leaders do now?
Saber rattling, we need to start learning how to be good neighbors.
What about the Ard?
The odd.
Alright, Svana.
Still doesn't feel real to me.
What's next?
Ernskar is eager to lay out the terms of our new accord, but that's tomorrow's work.
Alright. Mog!
Salutations!
You seem better.
The word you are looking for is refined. For the future High Queen? Certainly.
There we go.
After everything that's happened, I think I'll enjoy a nice, quiet month of Ravenwatch Castle. Ah, who am I kidding? I'll be lucky if Adusa lets us rest tonight.
What's next?
The Grey Host may be in shambles, but the leftovers are certain to make trouble elsewhere, even with their Ashen Lord gone.
Let me know when you got something going
The
on.
naughty list when we've got one, trust me.
Alright. Shalaria.
Is what they are saying.
Adusa.
This one is not used to being this close to the center of attention. She does not like it.
You don't like thanks.
Does a tiger need to be thanked for killing a terror bird?
Someone might.
You think so?
And Van.
You done the Ravenwatch proud? No. I won't be barricading myself in the library any longer. But someone has to curate our records. But we survived it. Well, I mean it all the same.
And you have a good one. There, Finn.
Never thought I'd set foot.
In all my...
Brayden.
You told me a season ago that the leader of Western Skyrim would share a dais with the Reach King. I would have laughed in your face. But here we are.
What will you and the rebels do?
Not much to rebel against now that Arana has made peace with the Ard.
What about the clan?
Ivers asked me to be chieftain, but it's time to let the Ghost Song clan go and begin a new clan with a new name.
Good thing. Best leave to clean break. Let's see. Well, we'll have to go to hell for this, but I think we can make a detour. Hollow City. Mm-hmm. Ah, perfect. You did the Shining Star, so...
Oh, you'll know when I've had enough. One more and you'll be good looking.
Yes, my vision dream speaks true. You are the one my mistress seeks.
I bet. But that will be in just a moment, folks. Alrighty then. Sorry about that. But hey, we're back. See, quick behind the scenes little look for all the people on VOD. That was intentional. Mm-hmm.
I still enjoy mead, just not the enchanted kind.
Mm-hmm.
No reason, really.
Mm-hmm.
Hear ye and be inspired. I have heard the word of the dread lady, and those words have led me to you. I bring you greetings and a message from my lovely and powerful mistress. Prepare to be enlightened.
Greetings and a message. Somebody's definitely wanting a tip.
Well, the greeting is actually from me. My mistress isn't big on the niceties of social interaction.
Mm.
The message, however, is definitely meant for you. You look just like the person she showed me in my vision dream.
You had a vision dream about me.
Relax, it was a perfectly innocent vision dream. An image in my head so I'd recognize you, you understand. She ordered me to deliver a letter. The one over there on that table, actually. May the blessings of the dread lady be upon you, chosen mortal.
Alright, I'll read.
My mistress's letter waits over there.
Tell me more.
Slowly to speak of my mistress in anything more than euphemisms and hushed tones.
You're a cultist.
I am a prophet.
Right. Cultist. Mm. 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 Little mortal, I am Lyra, the Dremora outcast who sometimes takes an interest in insignificant things. Perhaps we've met, perhaps not. I find it hard to tell the difference between individuals where you mortals are concerned. Regardless, there exists a sect dedicated to advancing the agenda of the Prince of Destruction and Ambition, Mehrunes Dagon, aka Mary D. I have decided to look into their activities, but certain obstacles have been thrown in my path that require a mortal's touch. Naturally. The magic I have infused within these words will, as you reach the end of this message, mark a location in your map. You're thou, little mortal. Your imp commands it. My messenger has secured a cart to take you to the destination. Not that I care, but the fate of your world may depend on what we do next. There we go. Let's have it. Shrine of the Black Maw. There is a reason, of course. While I deal with pest control, of course. There is a reason why my ass is over here, though. That is a lot of stuff. Mm. Alrighty then. Into the delve now! And we've got that, Teresa map. Oh, it's just a salt rice and seasoning snacks. Metheglin. Obviously. We will be, of course, flag via this end of it.
What interest does a Dagon cult have in this place? Flea?
Do your worst, Remora. I'll tell you nothing.
I'll squeeze the knowledge out of... Damn. I forgot how fragile mortals can be.
Yeah. We'll catch up in a moment. Meanwhile, I gotta deal with the bastard. And grab a shard. Alright. Let's see. Alrighty then. But yeah.
Here you are, and not a moment too soon. As you can see, the same cultists from the Cauldron have come to this desolate place. Despite a minor setback due to the fragility of the mortal form, I will learn the reason for their interest.
Yeah, I can definitely understand why you would be a little irked about how fragile we are. But, still begs the question why you've summoned me here, Lyranth.
Since the events at the Cauldron, I have been chasing these Daganists. After running into a few dead ends, I encountered an obstacle. It pains me to admit it, but this requires a mortal's touch. I need your assistance, little mortal.
How so?
One of the Imperial caches lies beyond that doorway. Unfortunately, the entrance has been warded to prevent entry by anyone, including Daedric entities. I need you to shatter the ward and help me discover the secret behind these hidden caches.
Any idea how?
Take this amulet. It cost me a great deal, but it should allow you to destroy the ward and open the way into the hidden annex. We must find the cache before the Dagon cultists get their hands on its contents.
Alright, I'll give it a try.
The amulet should allow you to remove the ward so we may enter the concealed annex.
What do you hope to find there?
I acquired a map from the Mehrunes Dagon cultists that indicates an Imperial cache is hidden inside. I want to reach that cache before they do, and find out what Emperor Leovic thought was important enough to hide from mortals and Daedra alike.
I saw mention of Fate of the World here. Care to elaborate for the home game players?
Don't the actions of the Daedric princes, when turned in this direction, always concern the fate of this particular ball of mud? The Longhouse Emperors have protected a secret for 3 generations. A secret that involves Mehrunes Dagon.
And you think the secret is dangerous? Right?
A secret guarded from mortals and Daedra alike that involves the Prince of Destruction? I do not think the threat could be any more clear if they painted us a picture. What form that threat will take, however, that is what I hope to ascertain.
Why care, though?
How remarkably narrow
you
mortals can be. What is your definition of evil? Do I care for the lives of mortals? No. Do you care for the lives of ants that crawl beneath your feet? Our interests are aligned at this time. That should suffice.
Hey, I'm not gonna argue, even I've been known to feed the ants a strawberry every now and then. If the ward is in place, why concerned about the cultists?
I saw the Daganists use magic to temporarily disable the ward. They're
power is limited, however, and the ward reasserted itself before I could follow them.
Where'd you get it?
I assume I am without resources.
Why not use it yourself?
The ward is deadly to Daedra. As a mortal, you are perfectly immune to any such dangers.
So it won't hurt me.
As a mortal, you are immune to the harmful effects of the protective ward.
Very indeed.
Dagon is one of the concern.
By concern.
A cult devoted to the god of destruction performs mysterious deeds upon your doorstep. There's a good chance your home will soon be engulfed in fire, devoured by earthquakes, or submerged in a raging flood. And by your home, I mean Nirn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The ward has fallen. Let us see what waits inside.
Mm-hmm.
I sense more wards ahead. Deal with them. I shall wait here.
Mm-hmm. Imperial cache. Vault schematics. Map of Grotwood. Then last but not least, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
You destroyed the wards. I felt each one shatter in turn. Well done, little mortal. Now tell me, what did you find?
A scroll bearing the seal of Emperor Leivik, vault schematics, and a map of Grotwood.
Let me see them. A collection of apparently mundane items, at least on the surface. But look at this scroll. It not only bears the seal of the last Longhouse Emperor, it has been ensorcelled so that it cannot be unfurled or read. Interesting.
And the schematics?
Architectural plans from the looks of it. And not the mundane engineering so common to your world. No. These plans include powerful Daedric elements. Some sort of vault, obviously. Strengthened and enhanced by a complex arcane matrix. Intriguing.
And the map? What do you think it signifies?
It marks a location in Grotwood. Ne Salas. Another ruin. And perhaps another annex. I'll open a portal to take you there. Keep the amulet. It retains power enough to deal with a few more wards. While you search, I shall try to read the scroll.
All right.
This portal will take you to Ne Salas. Raid the caches while I deal with the ensorcelled scroll.
Trust me, Faendil. Magical transport is the only way this many Redguard could have appeared here so suddenly. We
Need to cut them off before an entire army is on our doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
One more step and you get an arrow in the knee. Hey, you don't look like a cultist.
Well, that's a fine greeting, Evely Sharp-Arrow. How are you doing there?
Hey, you're that adventurer who helped me at Black Drake Villa. How'd you know I was going to be here? Never mind that for now. I'm just glad to see you. Between the Covenant soldiers and the cultists, I could use the assistance.
Well, I'm looking for Imperial caches in a hidden annex.
Imperial caches? What a coincidence! That's exactly what brought me here. But then I ran into this band of wood elves. They're under assault by Covenant soldiers and a group of insane Daedric cultists. It's just like an investigative Vale story.
Well, I'm trying to get to a cache before the cultists do.
The cultists are after the cache too? That explains a lot. Their leader is someone called Doombringer Eshel, and he's got some kind of scholar lady following him around like a sad puppy.
You know where it's located.
Farther in, I'm guessing. The cult leader paid off the soldiers, and they let him and his followers wander through. If you can clear a path, I'll get these wood elves out of here and then follow after you. We can meet up when you find the cultists.
How are things in Orsinium?
As well as can be expected, last I checked. Basrog has been doing a good job. He's working with the various clans to keep things going. It's hard, though. A lot of people liked and respected Korog. Even after all he did, Korog's still popular.
What made you decide to leave?
Nothing specific, but just like you, I felt it was time to move on. Time to take that next step, face that next challenge. So here I am, digging into Emperor Leovik's past at the behest of a wealthy benefactor.
What can you tell me about this Doombringer, Eshel?
Not much. I heard a few of the cultists mention his name. Said it with a mixture of awe and respect. I think they're afraid of him. I noticed that the woman scholar stayed close to the leader's side. She was explaining the history of this place.
Why are you after the Imperial caches?
A journal in Black Drake Villa, a hidden refuge of the Longhouse Emperors. It was in some kind of code, so it took me a while to figure out what it said. Well, actually, I had someone decipher it for me.
What did the journal say?
Even deciphered, the journal didn't make much sense. Emperor Leovik wrote it. Lots of crazy talk about annexes around Tamriel where he hid caches related to something he called the Emperor's Secret. I decided to investigate, so here I am.
The home game players want to know who you are again.
I'm just a young wood elf with a good bow and a thirst for adventure. I plan to make a name for myself.
What do you mean?
Acorns. You established adventurers don't understand.
Ugh.
Once I get these wood elves out of here, I'll catch up with you.
Dead will see an end to this war.
Eat well and stay fit.
Forgive my enemies.
Fuck. There was no way to get past. I don't think these two are moving either, so let's... There we go. Click. 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 Boom.
The cultists. They destroyed the ward and marched right in. This whole situation, it's gone roots up faster than a Nord eats pie.
What happened to you?
We were trying to get back to the others, avoiding the soldiers as best we could. But we ran right into the cultists. They wounded me, but I played dead. Watched the Scholar Lady work her magic and break the ward. I headed inside and...
Take your time, then what happened?
A wood elf slipped out of the shadows. But not one of my mates. Said her name was Everly Sharp Arrow. She made sure I wasn't bleeding too badly, and went in after the cultists.
You gonna be okay?
Don't shake any branches on my account. I just need a moment, and then I'll sneak out of this place.
Good. Can you sell us? That tracks. Prerogative of emperors to maintain secure facilities in storehouses where also we're supposed to stash most closely guarded secrets, and Levic. Smart. On we go.
Over here.
Okay.
See this?
Let's talk.
What took you so long? Never mind, never mind. Look down there. That's the cult leader and the Scholar Lady I told you about.
How'd you get down there so quickly?
I'm as fast as a leaf on the wind and silent as a shadow. I suggest we take different paths to that chamber, just in case. I'll meet you down there. Last one to put an arrow in the cultist is a sour gore apple.
Journal of the Legend, did you happen to mention anything about the fate of the world?
That's an odd question. I was hired to find another book at Black Drake Villa and came across the journal. I was curious and I had some time, so I had the journal deciphered. Turned out to be a lot of ramblings. Emperor Leovic was either crazy or...
Or what?
desperate. The code...
Alright. We got a couple of people here, I suppose.
Interesting. This wall is different. Perhaps divination provide insight.
Well, I figured you're gonna end up doing this, you might as well just sneak past.
This
Can you open that Imperial cache?
Let's do that. Bust that down.
Let me try. Hey, that actually worked! Look out! Daedra!
Lower your weapon, Elf.
What did you find?
I'll confirm
Anything
with the
interesting
other
in there?
mortal after they search the cache.
Encoded Imperial scroll and a signet ring.
Well, what was inside the cache? Have we finally discovered the secret of the Longhouse Emperors?
None as I could tell, just a signet ring and a scroll written in code.
Let me take a look. Yeah, that's a code, all right. Imperial. Just like in the journal I found at Black Drake Villa. I know someone who can decipher this. He helped me with the journal.
Where?
Not far from here. Just outside Eldenroot.
Tell me more.
Let's just say I've known him for a very long time, and I trust him with my life. Like I said, he translated the journal I found. The one written by Emperor Leovic that led me here. Tell me why we should trust that Daedra lady, though.
Because you know me, and you trust me, and we can depend upon Lyrith to a point. Like, to a certain point.
Well, after everything we went through in Orsinium, I suppose that's not too much to ask. If you think the Daedra lady can help us, that's good enough for me. I'm going to keep an eye on her, though.
Won't to say anything less. Lyrith?
Now that you've satisfied the Wood Elf's curiosity, it's time to satisfy mine. Show me what the cache contained, little mortal.
Emperor Leovic's signet and a scroll written in an Imperial code.
We already knew this concerned Emperor Leovic, and I cannot read those coded words. As much as this mystery intrigues me, it has also begun to bore me.
Even though the world is at stake.
The fate of your world, little mortal, not mine. But do not fear. The mortal realm has always amused me.
Evelyn knows somebody there that can decode.
Wood Elf is useful after all. Interesting. I will open a portal to this Eldenroot to expedite your journey. When the opportunity presents itself, ask the Wood Elf how she was able to break that ward. I sense something powerful.
I'll see what I can do. Were you able to open the ensorcelled scroll yet?
Not yet, but I have my finest Banekin working on it even as we speak.
Thank goodness for outsourcing.
This portal shall take you to Eldenroot.
But
Do not dally. I sense there's more to this mystery than the politics of emperors.
To Eldenroot. Come on now to Eldenroot. Yes, I remember to unmute it after coming back. And to unpause, so. Yay! We're on track! Let's talk to, the contact.
Friend?
Baragon!
Baragon, this is my friend. We've got a scroll to show you.
Baragon.
Evely says you have something for me to look at.
Yep, written in code. Can you decipher?
Take a look. Oh, Imperial, all right. Specifically, this is Emperor Leovic's personal code. Luckily, I know it well. Unfortunately, I don't have Leovic's signet ring. Without that, I can't decipher the code.
Here, just don't ask how we got it. We found it alongside the scroll, though.
You have a signet ring? Why, yes, this does appear to be Emperor Leovic's. At least it's one of them. He certainly loved his jewelry. So first that journal that Everly brought me, and now this. What have you and my sister gotten into this time?
Ev's your sister?
My younger sister, yes. I used to regale her with stories of my adventures,
Hmm.
back before I became a scribe in Emperor Morikar's court. I worked for both him and his son Leovic. Everly says I sling words the way she looses arrows, fast and on target.
You were an adventurer and a scribe.
Technically, I was an adventurer, then a scribe. Turned out I preferred ink and parchment to danger and daring do. Unfortunately, I think I put the wrong ideas into little Everly's head. Anyway, the scroll's over there. Deciphered and everything.
She never mentioned she had a brother before.
Really? She's told me all about you. You were all over her letters from Orsinium. And when she got back, she rarely said 5 words that didn't include some anecdote of your time together. You really made an impression. Nice to finally meet you.
Thanks. Deciphered. Alright. 2 577. Decipher 5 yards in the current year. The traitor baron marches ever closer. The rebel, the would-be usurper. I must complete this document and send it with all due haste to one of my hidden imperial caches. The secret, started by my grandfather and passed on to me by my father, must not die with me. It is imperative that the 4 ambitions come to fruition. That everything is ready when the time is right. Promises were made, bargains set in blood and stone, and the Prince of Destruction does not accept failure, not in manners such as this. My steward, Farrell Lupus, he has raised me, served me, taught me, indulged me, now he acts as my confessor as well, hearing every detail of the plan and the secret. He knows the locations where the 4 ambitions have been moved to. He knows where to find the book, and he knows everyone who has been involved in one aspect of the plan or another. He may not understand everything I told him, but he will remember. He literally knows where every part of the secret has been buried. If I cannot stop Baron the Betrayer, if I cannot restore order to my empire, then those who remain must carry on. Between your devoted waking flame and the knowledge I have passed on to Steward Lupus, you have everything you need to make our 4 ambitions a reality. Do not fail me, do not fail Marin's Dagon. So, Mary D did a deal with Leovic of the Reach. Let's have a chat with Ev.
Well, what did the scroll say? Do we finally know the Emperor's secret?
Talks about secrets, ambitions, and the Emperor's steward. Somebody named Farrell Lupus.
Farrell Lupus? He hired me to investigate Black Drake Villa.
Ring-a-ding-ding?
Why is the word ambitions capitalized? It must mean something special.
Agreed.
Thanks for helping me. Here, take part of what Lupus already paid me. There's more if you come with me to Riften.
Okay, will do.
The deciphered document. It mentions the person who hired me, Farrell Lupus. Could he really be Emperor Leovic's steward? I guess it's possible.
It says so in the print.
I'm supposed to bring this book I recovered to him. Well, to his contact in Riften, anyway.
Tell me more about the book.
Farrell Lupus sent me to retrieve the book from Black Drake Villa, one of the Longhouse Emperor's hidden retreats. I found it and a journal, the one that led me to Nasalis. It's a strange old tome. I can't read any of the words, if they are words.
What do you mean you can't read it?
It's written in a language I've never seen before. Looking at the pages makes my eyes hurt, and just carrying it around, it's kind of uncomfortable. Will you come with me to Riften? I want to deliver the book and be done with this business.
Alright, I'll go with you.
I never actually met with Farrell Lupus directly. Everything was done through an intermediary, a mage named Renna. We can find her at the Mages Guild Hall in Riften. My brother has a cart we can use to make the journey, or I can just meet you there.
What else do you know about Farrell Lupus?
Before we found the document my brother deciphered for us, I assumed he was a scholar or a book collector or something. I had no idea he was the steward of the last Longhouse Emperor. We never met, just exchanged letters until he sent me to Renna.
And what should I know about Renna?
Renna's some kind of mage. She gave me the final instructions for my mission to the villa and handed over the gold. Well, the first payment. I'm promised more when I deliver the book. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get a fair share of the reward.
I know you're good for it, don't worry. Tell me more about the book you were sent to retrieve from Black Drake Villa.
Neither Farrell's letters nor my discussion with Renna provided much information. They told me where to look and gave me a map. It had a description of the book written in the corner. I've been carrying it around for a while now. It's difficult.
Difficult how?
It's hard to describe. It's like carrying a weight, but not like a heavy pack or anything. More like a burden, a constant worry that never subsides. I've also had dreams lately. Bad ones. But I don't want to talk about them. Not yet.
Why didn't you deliver the book as soon as you retrieved it and get done with it?
Those feelings weren't there at the beginning. Plus, I found that journal. I took it to my brother to decipher. By then, I realized the Longhouse Emperors were hiding something. I wanted to know more. So, I went to Nasalis, met you, and here we are.
Did you show your brother the book? Maybe he can translate it.
Yeah, I thought of that. He took one look at the thing and handed it right back to me. Said it wasn't any language he ever saw and wanted nothing to do with it. Some brother, right?
You never told me you had a brother, by the way.
Didn't I? I guess the subject just never came up. Besides, we were pretty busy most of the time back in Orsinium. There weren't too many opportunities to tell you about my extended family.
Extended family? How many do you have, sibling-wise?
Hey, you brought it up. And I have a perfectly fine amount of brothers and sisters. About the usual for a clan of wood elves from the deep forest.
Alright, alright. Well, let's go ahead and just take the cart. Yes, back to Riften.
Hey friend, over here!
Inherent fallacy. Clearly magic obtains its strength and form from nature, as proposed by...
Nonsense. Magic underlies and defines nature. Nature is merely the manifestation of the mundane aspect of magic.
And the powers we employ in our spellcraft?
That's the arcane aspect of magic. The hidden elements we draw upon.
Your mind works in amusing ways, Danir. Perhaps more research
Really?
is needed.
Well, Beverly?
You made it! I'm glad you're here. I wasn't looking forward to facing Renna alone. Not after what we found out.
You sure Rena's here?
Yeah, I spotted her in the main hall. Look, I've been thinking. Since Farrell, Lupus, and Renna weren't totally honest with me, I might as well use an intermediary of my own. Plus,
Alright.
I'm not sure, but I
Going
want
on.
to keep watch.
Alright.
Yes? Is there something I can help you with?
Mirambia, Vev, Sharp Arrow. She wants to turn over the guidance in her.
Evely? She found Farrell's book? Oh, that's wonderful news. But why is Evely standing way over there? And why are you talking to me instead of her? What's this all about, stranger?
Evely found out you weren't completely honest with her. She decided to be cautious.
Not completely honest. Just what are you implying? Is Evely attempting to change the terms of our deal? Farrell offered a fair price for what he asked her to do.
We know that Farrell Lupus was Emperor Leovic's steward.
Quiet. If certain ears heard those words, our lives wouldn't be worth a hawker's blister. I suppose it's time for Evely to meet Farrell. We have a house here in Riften, around the corner from the bank. Just knock 2 times or he won't respond.
This is sounding more and more like an investigative Vale novel all the time. Let's find Renna's house.
Let's go.
Head for Renna's house. That doesn't sound good. Hurry, let's get inside.
Oh dear. This isn't good. And a black hand. Nice.
No! Oh, Renna. I'm so sorry.
Well, Farrell's in a box, in a box! Farrell's in a box!
Oh, Farrell! I told him to forget about the past, but did he listen? No!
Well, he got murked. Does this have something to do with Emperor Leovic's secret?
You know about that? Maybe. Probably. Farrell never told me a lot about his time serving the Emperor, but I knew it was on his mind recently. That's why he hired Evely. He said he wanted to make things right.
So who do you think killed him? I found this sheet of paper.
Sheet of... Oh, gods. That's a sign of the Dark Brotherhood. They assassinated my poor Farrell, and all because of something that should have stayed buried with the damn Longhouse Emperors.
Tell us what you know of the secret. Everything so far led us here.
Then I guess you've reached a dead end. Farrell never told me much, just that he needed the book he sent Evely to find. That he had to correct a terrible mistake. He also mentioned that Leovic told him things, but he never got into specifics.
I'm sorry he was killed, but what should Evely do with the book he sent her to find?
I don't care about the book. I want nothing to do with it. If the Dark Brotherhood thinks I know anything, they'll come after me. And you as well. You should forget about Farrell and Leovic and that book. Forget about them and go far, far away.
You said Leovic told Farrell things, but you don't know specifics. Anything you can remember may help.
You know, things. State secrets, I suppose. Hidden dreams, wild desires. Farrell helped raise the Emperor. They were close. Or as close as the most powerful man in the world and his steward can be. Once, Farrell mentioned another secret.
Did it involve something called the Four Ambitions?
Ambitions? No, I don't recall any mention of that. Farrell didn't say much, just referred to something as the secret of the Longhouse Emperors. I got the feeling it had something to do with Daedra worship, and some sort of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk outside. I'll meet you out back.
Around the back. Ev?
What do you think? Did the Dark Brotherhood really assassinate Farrell Lupus? Is this book he sent me to retrieve really that important? I'm not sure what we should do next, so if you have any ideas, I can't wait to hear them.
Well, we've got a strange book, a secret that may concern the fate of the world and a murdered steward. This is either the beginning of another chapter of Elder Scrolls Online, or the beginning of a very, very, very bad joke.
That about sums it up. Plus the dreams I've been having. Ever since I found that book, I've been having the most strange and disturbing dreams.
Yeah, what kind of dreams?
Nothing specific. I'm always someplace. A forest, a town. Then the ground starts to shake or fire erupts all around me. One place was flooded by a deluge of water. And
Really?
there were always 4 animals watching from a nearby hill.
4 animals, you say? 4 animals.
A huge
Mm-hmm.
bull, a fox, and a pair of identical rams. Weird, huh? You know, I'm attributing the dreams to the book, but it could be something I ate. My diet has been all over the place these past few weeks.
Yeah, I don't think your diet's gonna be helping matters much here, Ed.
Oh, great. The scary Daedra lady is back.
Flattery and cuteness will get you nowhere, elf. Come, little mortal. I have information.
Ah, perfect.
Thank you, little mortal. I have read the ensorcelled scroll, and I know where we need to go next on our quest to learn Leovic's secret. Unless, that is, you and the elf discovered something in the coded documents.
The coded message led us to Leovic Stewart, but he was murdered by the Dark Brotherhood.
The assassins who follow Mephala? Or are they the ones who serve the Void? No. My information actually concerns the secret we seek to uncover. According to the ensorcelled scroll, there is another cache annex beneath the Imperial City.
Something beneath the Imperial City, you say?
Yes, hidden in the Imperial sewers.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, not me, little mortal. I have no intention of slogging through the muck and the sludge when you are more than capable of handling that.
You can at least open a portal.
Another portal? Don't Daedra have flying horses or something?
Let's go. Let's go, folks.
These are the Imperial sewers. Fancy. Looks like the Order of the Waking Flame got here first. Damn! The ward's down. The cultists must be inside.
You think?
Go slow. Let's not alert the cultists until absolutely necessary.
Sure.
Look! A cache! And it's still warded!
These treasures belong to the Order of the Waking Flame.
No, they don't, bitch. What a glorious day! As my prince commanded, I allied myself with the Reachman Durkoric, also known as the Black Drake, and brokered a deal that will see the powerful barbarian crowned emperor and placed upon the ruby throne. Now begins the true work, the endless preparations, the rituals, everything that must be done to make ready the four ambitions of Merun's Dagon. We will perform the tasks. We will perform our tasks and wait for the day when our final part will be arrangement. The arrangement will be carried out, and Mary D will claim his due. All hail the Prince of Destruction, all hail the Prince of Change.
The Longhouse Emperors really did it. They made a deal with Merun's Dagon.
The bastards.
We need to find the caches before the cultists steal everything out from under us.
Let's run, boy, run, boy, run, run, boy, run, run, boy, run, boy, run, boy, run.
Another sacrifice for Lord Dagon!
Just so we don't have to deal with that. The Journal of Emperor Leovic. My father and grandfather before me started all this, but I shall be the one to end it and reap the reward. If the bastard Baron doesn't show up and kill me first. My father had this annex built beneath Imperial City to house the last of our secrets of safe haven for others to find so they can carry out the work if worse comes to worse, you understand. Here are all the people who have at least a part of the puzzle, though only my steward and the leader of the Order of the Waking Flame know the entire truth. And even they aren't privy to the changes I needed to make as the forces of the traitor Baron draw near. The four ambitions aren't ready yet. If they were, I'd use them to destroy Baron and save my legacy. But the time of the ambitions is still a few years away. I have one last trick up my sleeve. I'll use the shrine in this annex, the one my father personally dedicated to Mary Datus to heal the Prince of Destruction and seek his help again as my grandfather did when he conquered the Empire. If I fail and I fall to the traitor Baron, then you, as the High Priest of the Order Waking Flame, will have to deal with the others and determine where I move the ambitions. I cannot let them fall into various hands. Steward Carl Ludus, Chief Counselor Loviticus, Counselor Abor, Counselor Philaria, Counselor Athenia, Counselor Jarek, Counselor Sophus, Counselor Vandacia.
Emperor Leovic wrote that, but it's not in code. If those counselors know the secret, their lives are in danger.
I bet.
Lord Dagon!
Facing a few problems there. Waking Flame Ritual describes a document that said for a successful ritual form to communicate with Mary Deison's Germorale Deal. Described by Eshel.
Cult's trying to contact Mehrunes Dagon. Let's find that shrine.
Step through the portal and prove your worth to the Lord of Fire and Flood.
Dagon is stepping into oblivion?
Yep, to the Deadlands with us. The testing grounds in the Deadlands.
I don't believe it. Is this really oblivion?
Yep.
Why do you think he named this place the Deadlands? Looks more like the really hot lands to me.
My guess, lack of vegetation.
I gave the mortals everything they requested, and yet we come to this.
Your acolyte, the leader of ours. He's taken to find the forest.
What do you think of these acorns? My errands will make short work of the country. I'm not too sure about Mehrunes Dagon.
There we go.
I invest a significant amount of effort into the 4 ambitions.
There we go.
And the bargain struck remains unfulfilled.
They command me, Lord Dagon. I shall do whatever you ask.
You want my ambitions? Then prove your worth and destroy the intruders.
Let's go then.
Destroy those who would defy Lord Dagon. Face me directly, unbelievers.
You bested my follower, mortals. So I shall permit you to leave my realm with your lives. Step through the portal and be gone.
Well, I'm taking the exit. At least he's fair. I will give him that. I will give him that. So, let's talk to our full killer.
Mortal, emerging with hardly a scratch? Come, tell me everything.
Alright.
You never cease to intrigue me, little mortal. Is that the distinct scent of Mehrunes Dagon and the Deadlands that lingers about you like a cloud of flesh flies?
Yep.
Never mind about that. Tell me what you learned and how you ended up in Dagon's realm.
Waking Flame cultists were in the annex when we arrived.
Yes. The Order of the Waking Flame has been particularly persistent in trying to run down this secret for themselves. Speaking of which, did you learn any more about Leovik's secret?
Found a record of a bargain made between Durkorch, the Black Drake, and Mary D.
Interesting. I recall something about that. The mortal who went on to become the first of the Longhouse Emperors attempted to make deals with a number of the Daedric princes. My own lord included. Any indication about the terms of this bargain?
Some sort of weapons, the 4 ambitions, and a list of people who know the secret.
Well, little mortal, your course is clear. We have barely plumbed the depths of this mystery.
Alright.
Now,
Bye, Lyrinth.
Daedra lady is gone. Let's talk.
Alright, Ev.
That was kind of exciting. I've never been to any part of Oblivion before. A lot of it felt familiar, though, like places I've seen in my dreams lately.
What happens next?
Thanks to everything we learned, I know exactly what needs to happen next.
What needs to happen next?
We need to find the people on that list. Warn them about the Dark Brotherhood.
All right.
In Leowin. That's where Chief Counselor Lovidicus was, last I heard. I think he's helping to govern the city or something.
You gonna be alright with the book?
This all started when Varl Lupus sent me to find this book. And that put me on the trail of Emperor Leovik's secret.
But we don't know specifics.
We know the Dark Brotherhood murdered Varl Lupus, who turned out to be the Emperor's steward. And we know that the Waking Flame are Dagonists seeking the ambitions. In Leovik's notes, the ambitions were described as some sort of weapons.
And Lyrinth believes this all ties into the fate of the world.
Yeah, not sure how I feel about the scary Daedra lady, but her ominous warning makes my leaves shudder. If Mehrunes Dagon has his sights set on Tamriel, we're in for all sorts of disasters. Whatever the Longhouse Emperors promised, it can't be good.
And there's Leovik's notes about other people besides Varl Lupus.
Right. I'm not an expert on Imperial politics, but I recognize Leviticus's name. He was on the Elder Council before the Empire fell.
Yep.
I remember listening to a herald in Eldenroot. They brought news that Leviticus was alive and serving in Leowin.
What do you know about Leowin?
Not a lot, really. I've never been up in that area. As far as I know, it's an Imperial city on the Topal Bay.
How are we going to convince Leviticus?
I usually just make things up along the way.
Ah.
For my assistance and see what happens.
Works out. Baragon?
I keep up with events in Cyrodiil, a habit from my days serving as a scribe in the court of the Longhouse Emperors. I can give Everly a letter of introduction, make it easier for her to approach Counselor Lovidicus and the others.
All right. Mm-hmm.
This isn't a good time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. $10.24. Well, considering that we're going to be doing a lot of running around... And there's one of my favorite lines here about one of the counselors that's always going to be fun here.
Hold. We've observed your travels to
I think you got the wrong address. There we go. Here we go. There we go. And now we've got all this to deal with. Loot the Sigic portal. Yep, we literally have got nothing left to do here for a bit. Except just to run ourselves through to this sort of thing. There we go.
Word, farmhands needed at Mother's farm. Roxando's mother is very nice. He promises.
There we go. Well, there we are. We just gotta do this, this, and this. Rather than run that entire gauntlet length up.
When the withered hand came, I feared all was lost. Thank you for saving me.
Running! Yep, there we go. Suck it. Alright. Just to make certain. I have a feeling we're gonna need to do this.
Teeth are big and scary. Oh no!
We'll stop at Border Watch again. This time to head south. And then we're gonna go ahead and pick up this. White Stallion in. Mm-hmm.
You have my word. If the counselor is in Leowin or the surrounding country.
There we go.
You there. The Ivory Brigade has need of you.
Did you come here for crafting certification?
Mm-hmm.
You there. The Ivory Brigade has need of you.
Yep. It is definitely going to be a fun one here. We definitely know where we're going to be starting here soon. Let's see. We'll go ahead and do that. Uppity uppity up. Alrighty then. Well, we might as well, I think. There we go. Oh goody, that worked. There we go. There we are. Yep. Okay, that actually helps out a lot.
don't find something like that every day.
There we go. Now you should be able to get through this.
For a place called Blackwood,
Make certain that grab that. See this one. And let's see if there's anything good here. So, there probably isn't.
Let me apologize for my besotted colleague.
Let's go. Deposit. Currency. Wait. Alrighty then. Go ahead and do another log out, log in. Mm-hmm. We'll head to Windhelm here, log out here, and then sign in with another. Alrighty then. Mm-hmm. Log out, log back in, see if that gives me the load. If it does, great. If not, oh well. We'll do that out again. Whoa. Didn't need to stop doing that. Anyways. Alrighty then.
Easy to get lost in a place like this. I think that's one of my favorite parts about cities.
Uh-huh. And last but not least, crafting. And there we go. And now we can do this. There we go. That should...
The Ivory Brigade has need of you.
I don't know about that, but...
I heard a rumor that someone braved the lightless oubliette and saved the last Alien King.
Yep. There we go. As I have mentioned, it is definitely time to call it an evening. And I'm not saying it just because what time it is here. So, for those of you who are watching this video on demand style, I would just like to say that you might want to go ahead and hit the like and give a subscribe to my wonderful VOD channel here, as well as ring the bell, so that way you get notified every time we get one of those wonderful dancing new videos. Or, even better, if you want to tune in live, twitch.tv/BiafraRepublic. Give me a follow there and ring the bell there as well, so you can get all those wonderful live streams there as well. But from yours truly, Biafra Republic, I'm wishing everybody here watching this on video on demand a wonderful, wonderful day and night, and do take care of yourselves out there, and I will see you all with the next video.